All right. Good evening, audience. I've been asked to give an informative speech. My topic of choice was bullying. Uh, my name is Samantha Laysath, and I'm here to talk to you about bullying and three main points surrounding this issue. Bullying has become a widespread epidemic. Shockingly, bullying is linked to one of 12 leading causes of death right here in the United States. Bullying is when someone or a group of people decide that inflicting pain and hate on someone or a group of people, it's okay. Statistics say that from grammar school to high school, at least 20% of the student body has been bullied or is being bullied. I chose this topic to speak on because those numbers are too high and quite honestly shouldn't exist. I want to bring awareness to you today to shine some light on different kinds of bullying and the effects of bullying, both short and long term, and discuss ways to prevent bullying. Bullying affects people in many ways. When some people get bullied, they don't let it affect them, but with others, bullying takes a major toll on their lives. This year, many teens have taken their own lives because of being bullied. Bullying can come in different forms of abuse. There's physical bullying, where bullies hurt their targets. They're shoving them, tripping them, punching them. And then there's the verbal bullying, where they're taunting them and teasing them, belittling them, shrinking them. Then there's the psychological bullying, where there's gossiping and excluding them from different functions or conversations, cutting them off from everyone else. All the effects make the bullied person or group feel afraid, stressed, depressed, or anxious. In turn, those effects cause people to want to hurt themselves, have trouble with their schoolwork, and problems with mood and everyday habits. Can you imagine for a moment a student who comes to school, he's full of enthusiasm, motivated to learn, but that light starts to slowly dim and then goes out completely because they're being bullied? It's a devastating thought. As an observer of children who have faced those struggles and watched how bullying can completely reshape the identity of a young person, it's sad. It's said that even innocent bystanders of bullying are likely to be negatively affected. I stand here convinced that we need to take a stand and protect the people of our future. Bullying can have negative short and long-term consequences for both the victim and the bully. While traditional intervention for bullying tends to include getting help for the victim and establishing consequences for the bully, it should be noted that both the victim and the bully benefit from this psychosocial support. All kinds of different kids are likely to exhibit varying behaviors during or after bullying by a peer. With relational aggression on the rise and cyberbullying easier than ever, it should be noted that bullying can be ongoing for long periods of time before students actually go to seek help. A UCLA study of 2,300 students in 11 middle schools in Los Angeles found that a high level of bullying was associated with lower grades across middle schools and high schools. Students were rated as the most bullied performed significantly worse academically than their peers. Childhood bullying has serious effects on both short-term and long-term health of children. Immediate intervention and long-term follow-up can help mediate some of these effects. It is imperative that schools, families, communities work together to understand bullying and its consequences, find ways to decrease and hopefully eradicate bullying both in schools and in the communities. Because of the effects of bullying, there are many organizations who have stepped up to help make a change. I've personally attended anti-bullying rallies in my community. Research indicates that this type of adolescent victimization occurs frequently, particularly in middle school grades, and can result in serious consequences. In 2002, a report released by the U.S. Secret Service concluded that bullying played a significant role in many school shootings and that efforts should be made to eliminate bullying behavior. As awareness of harassment and intimidation and bullying in the school setting have grown, state legislatures addressing this problem. Consequently, since 2001, all but a few states have enacted legislation of some form to combat bullying. Technology has given way to cyberbullying, which now is changing the nature of traditional schoolyard bullying. Cyberbullying is defined as cruelty to others by sending or posting harmful material using the internet or cell phone. Cyberbullying differs from more traditional forms of bullying in that it can occur at any time. Its messages and images can be distributed instantaneously to a wide audience, and the perpetrators can remain anonymous. That's the whole thing with cyberbullying, or using this new technology of things. You can be home at your computer, or you can be on your cell phone, and no one knows who's sending the messages if you create this fake profile. I'm an IT major, so I'm pretty familiar with the abilities to be able to create these faux or fake or just unrealistic accounts to do these things, to try to, hack or hurt somebody. Cyberbullying, although research results vary depending on age group, definition of cyberbullying, time span, and other factors, studies have found that the estimated rate of cyberbullying is between 15 to 30%. Now, that's a pretty high percentage of all of the access that we have when it comes to the internet. 15 to 30% of that movement is bullying. That's a pretty high percent, I would say. Research shows that girls are about twice as likely as boys to be victims and perpetrators of cyberbullying, and that the most common method of cyberbullying is through instant messaging, followed by chat rooms, emails, messages posted on websites. State legislators continue to articulate in statute that a safe and civil environment in school is necessary for students to learn and achieve high academic standards. Bullying, like other disruptive behavior, is conduct that disrupts both a student's ability to learn and a school's ability to educate its students in a safe and non-threatening environment. And that's what's most important. When we're sending our kids off to school, we think safety first. And when someone is being bullied, that safety is being threatened. Not just physically, but the mind of your child is being threatened. So we want to fight to create these safer environments for our kids. State policies vary widely, although many incorporate at least one, if not more, of the following components to address bullying: statement prohibiting bullying, definition of bullying, state level support, school intervention strategies, individual reporting and immunity, public school reporting, parental rights, teacher and staff training, prevention task forces and programs, and integrated curriculum instruction. So there are things that are being put into place, or programs or laws or rules that are being put into place to try to counter these acts of bullying. And that's what we really want. We want people who are brave enough to stand up to the bullies, to stop it from happening. If you see it happening, let somebody know. If you're being bullied yourself, let someone know. In conclusion, I've talked to you about bullying and its effects, how it's increased over time, and how bullying can be stopped. Remember, if you see someone who looks like they are being bullied, say something because you might be able to help them. Thank you for your time today.